name is Joe Welker. I'm the pastor of East Craftsbury Presbyterian Church in Craftsbury, Vermont. I have no financial relationships to report. I completed chaplaincy training at the Charles George VA Medical Center, where I worked with many veterans who suffer from PTSD. I know that condition is not trivial. I fully support and am grateful for anyone who has gotten and will get healing from MDMA for PTSD, including in this trial. But I also speak as a former member of the psychedelic industry before I became a whistleblower on a study at Johns Hopkins University, where funders and researchers with intimate ties to Lykos, then known as MAPS, advanced a religious and spiritual agenda that is shared by Lykos founder and executive director, Dr. Rick Doblin, as Dr. Pace has just described. I feel compelled to echo concerns warning the public of what is an openly known secret in the psychedelic industry, that in the words of Dr. Doblin, his long-term desire is a, quote, spiritualized humanity, politically advancing this mission using the reputation of science. This study has functioned as that first politically savvy Trojan horse of that mission. As I submitted in written comments, while one may argue the legitimacy of psychedelic spiritual beliefs on their own merits, how do we trust data when a company not only has financial conflicts of interest, but open spiritual and religious conflicts of interest? And like the worst of religions, including my own, what happens when people are abused in the name of a religious mission? As we saw in these trials, they are often discarded, silenced, minimized for political gain, and tossed away as inconvenient. And so while I support anyone who gets healing from MDMA therapy, I'm here in support of people harmed in these trials, many other victims of psychedelic therapy abuse, all of their family and friends, former Lykos employees, academics, whistleblowers, the many who have spoken anonymously to the media, journalists, and others who have concerns about the intermingling of a utopian spiritual movement with science. I must also say there is a certain irony in questions earlier about risk assessment and whether participants increase in illicit use of MDMA. Both the FDA and the public should be aware that this study is run primarily by people with an extensive use of MDMA in illicit settings. It would be hard to find a bigger promoter of illicit MDMA use in American history than Dr. Doblin. Dr. Doblin's public advocacy gives the impression that Lykos leadership would think any increase in illicit use would not be a bug, but a feature. Again, I am a former psychonaut, and I do fully support people who got healing in this trial or elsewhere from psychedelics. And I support continuing research into MDMA therapy. But while Lykos leadership may envision a spiritualized humanity, in this very study, Lykos treated the people who were harmed under their care with a falsely spiritual inhumanity. Regardless of the decision made today and in August, the public deserves to know that. Thank you.